on, guys? So I am installing a GPS tracker in my car. It's better to be safe than sorry, and I'm pretty sure it helps lower your interest rate, or not interest rate, wow, your insurance if you have something like that installed, because it's just an extra safety measure. I'm not going to tell you guys where I'm going to install it, because that'd be stupid, especially if anyone was watching my videos and figured out where I live. But I am installing it, and I'm going to show you what I got. So this is the box, and the only wires you need are, I believe, blue, red, and black. I got it from, let me pull them up real quick. I got it from Chris Pugh. Not sure if it's Pugh. I think it's Pugh. Chris Pugh. So hopefully I'm saying your name right, Chris. But that's who I got it from. And the system it runs on is, let's see if I can find the system. I was just looking through this stuff the other day, and there's a good chance that I forgot. Precision asset tracking. Here we go. So this is precision asset tracking. You do your login and password. So let me do that real quick for you guys. I know it's boring watching my face do a login, but I'd be not going to show you that either. Hopefully I remember it. There's a good chance I don't remember it, because this was like done the other day. Okay, it's not doing anything. Alrighty. 1 second. Okay, back in business. So, this is the precision tracker, and you can see right there it says Frankie SUPRA. So, make that bigger, there we go. So click on it, and then you go to the map, and there I am. And you can get pretty close down to basically where I live, and it has battery life. I believe Chris said it was for 3 months. This is something he builds himself. I believe he said the battery lasts for 3 months, and the only wires you need are the red, black, and blue. The blue being you would connect to ignition wire on your car, and the red would be a constant, and black would be a ground. So I'm going to hook that up and see how that all works out, and I will let you guys know from there, because it's actually showing the battery life on it, I believe. So it'd be cool to see that. So alright, well, and there's that. So it's blinking, letting me know that it's dying. So I'm gonna try hooking power up to it and see what it does. Alright guys, well, I got it installed, I got it to work, and so black is your ground, white is your signal, which any key on thing will work, and then red is your constant, and that's it. Hook it up, tuck it away somewhere. Don't hide it anywhere like underneath metal, because it might not pick up long distance. So now we're gonna start working on installing the fuel pressure regulator I got here. We're gonna start on installing this, and I have a few pieces to install it onto the stock fuel rail, so that is next. So I got off the upper intake manifold and the fuel rail, and I've decided that I'm actually not going to drill and tap this out. Turbo Smart sells a flange that pops in here, that the one end looks like this, and then the other end is a 1/8 NPT, and a fitting like this screws into it, which then makes it -6. So I will then have a -6 fitting in there, and I'll be able to run a -6 elbow into a line into the fuel pressure regulator, and that's going to make things a lot easier. So as I start putting it back together, sorry, I'm trying to put stuff back. Oh, these damn taps. I don't want them to go flying. Anyway, as I start putting all this back together and installing, you know, the lines and how I'm going to run the fuel return and all that, I'll start filming that. So it's going to be like one of these elbows that come off the fuel return line. That's still dumping fuel. So it'll be an elbow like that goes into a -6 fitting, like one of these. Then it'll go into my fuel rail, and then come out of my fuel rail into another -6 fitting into, excuse me, this piece, which is designed to crimp onto a hard line. I think, hopefully, it's the game plan. So hopefully that all happens here relatively soon. The part should come in quickly. I don't even think I've opened this up. This is from, hold on a second. Yeah, there we go. Jigs. These should be my other 2 fittings. Yeah, that's what these are. So, there's this one. Whoop. And this one. Nothing else in there, so that's garbage. So these should screw right onto there. Nice. So yeah, so I have, let's see, that fitting to go there, that fitting to go there, and then this fitting to come off the rail. So all I need is my elbow. So I have some parts coming from one of my buddies, Ashton, that we worked on his white Supra. We're going to be buying some of the fittings and line off him for pretty cheap, so I can get this done. He has an elbow that's blue, which kind of sucks that I'm going to have blue in there and it's not going to be black, but I'll deal with that later. Because none of that's going to be there later, because I'm going to have another black elbow to go off of my radium fuel rail when I get it, and go bigger injectors. So this is just temporary, so I can try to fix my idle issue that I'm having, because it is just dumping fuel right now at idle. And it's causing it to smoke a lot. So I want to get that fixed. But yeah, so when all the parts come in, we're going to continue filming. I'm going to show you guys as I put it together. What's going on, guys? So it's the next day, so we are going to finish installing the fuel system, well, the fuel pressure regulator. So I got this fitting in from eBay. Drift Motion also sells it too, and it came with this fitting, which is a 1/8 NPT to go into a -6, so I can go into my elbow and then run my line. So I'm gonna get started on that, and I'm gonna try to film as much of it as possible. Alright guys, excuse me being sweaty as hell, but my other fitting finally came in and I'm still hitting the throttle body. So now I'm trying to decide if I want to shave down the threads on the fitting so it doesn't hit anymore, or if I want to trim down this piece on the throttle body. So if this whole entire, I know it's a roller, but if it was like a millimeter shorter, or not a millimeter, but like a centimeter shorter, it wouldn't hit. So I can either trim that down, or you can see I have plenty of thread on here that I could trim like probably a quarter of an inch off this and drop that down, probably low enough to clear. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna try trimming this and see what happens. I mean, worst case scenario, it's a $6 fitting. I screw it up and I'm out of $6. So let's see. Well guys, there's just no way to do it without it hitting the throttle body. So I am admitting defeat on this one. And I am putting the stock fuel pressure regulator back on, and then I'm just gonna buy a radium fuel rail with new fuel injectors someday, probably after we move. I would rather drive my car than have it constantly be down trying to fix this. It's not that big of a deal. So I'm gonna put it all back together and start it up. Well guys, I'm actually glad I said I accepted defeat, but I didn't. So I know said that was the end of the video, but I lied. So I found one of these and a new one of these that are from Tomei. Apparently Tomei is the only company that makes the proper size fitting pieces to clear the stock throttle body. So once they come in, I take it all back apart and finish showing you guys how to install an aftermarket fuel pressure regulator on a stock fuel rail. Hopefully. The parts are in for the SUPRA. I'm going to show you guys what I used. So I got the Tomei, those two pieces. They actually clear this piece on the throttle body that we were hitting before. So there's one part number, there's the other part number. So now we're going to go ahead and run all our lines and start putting this thing back together. Got everything hooked up. Hold on, let me turn this off. Or down. There we go. So we got everything hooked up, got all the lines ran. I'm gonna make a little plate to mount this right here out of a piece of aluminum I have, but I've already turned the key and pressure tested it and made sure everything is good and not gonna leak. So next I got to start it up and actually set the fuel pressure. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now and go from there. Alright guys, car's running, there's no leaks, and if you watch so that's the fuel pressure with the vacuum line hooked up, which is about right. It should be around there. And then when you disconnect it, it should be around 43.5, 44. So that's with the vacuum line on. Plug it back up, and it goes back to normal. I still get smoke coming out. I don't know if it's just what that is. I don't know if that's oil or what. But she's running. So now I got to build a bracket. Let me go ahead and shut the car off. Now I'm going to build a bracket where I said right here out of this to help hold the fuel pressure regulator. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that out, and then I'll show you guys what that looks. I'll show you guys what that looks like when it's done. All right, guys. Well, I got it done. So it's mounted. I'm going to probably trim this up, clean it up, get it painted black or powder coated black, something like that, so it looks good. probably just like round it into there and round it into here, and then just sand it, paint it, it'll look good. I did get these in SUPRA Built to Perfection shirts. If you're interested in one, just let me know. But that's going to be it for this video. Next, we're going to be doing my new polyurethane transmission mount because mine's separated. Alright guys, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more content coming your way. My wife's going to start getting involved, and we're going to start building her Jeep. And then I'm getting rid of the Durango and buying another daily driver, and we're going to start building that. So please, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.